I want to start this video off with a study that made researchers pause the trial early. Not because it failed, but because fat loss was that extreme. Let me show you this study. In a human clinical trial, participants lost over 20% of their body weight. Not in a year, not with extreme dieting, in months. And this wasn't just appetite suppression. It was something very different. Quick context before we go deeper. I'm not here to hype peptides. If you don't know who I am, my name is Francis. I'm an IFBB pro and certified nutrition coach. I coach physique transformations for a living, and today we're going to be breaking down objectively based on real data and why this is important to you. Here's exactly what we're covering. Number one, what Retatrutide actually is. Number two, what the studies really show. Number three, phase 1, 2, and 3 trial results explained, and the pros and cons you need to understand if you're thinking about taking it. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly if this is revolutionary or just another overhyped tool. Retatrutide is now Ozempic. It's not tirzepatide, it is a triple agonist. That means it targets GLP-1, GIP, and glucagon receptors. You see, most fat loss drugs only hit one pathway. Retatrutide hits all three. And one of those pathways is the real reason the fat loss numbers are just so extreme. Here's the key difference. GLP-1 reduces appetite and slows down digestion. Glucagon, on the other hand, increases energy expenditure and it increases fat oxidation. That's rare. That means you're just not eating less, your metabolism is being pushed higher. And this next part is what most influencers leave out, and it's where the real power lives. Let's talk numbers. In clinical trials, participants lost over 15 to 24% of their body weight, and many went from obese to lean. The crazy part is, the results outperform all existing GLP-1 drugs. And this wasn't just water weight. Actual DEXA scans showed significant fat mass reduction and better preservation of lean muscle tissue. But here's the one nobody ever talks about. Not everyone can tolerate it. And if you think that only showed up later, you're wrong. It all started in phase 1. Phase 1 trials are usually boring. Safety, dose tolerance, basic pharmacology, but Retatrutide immediately stood out. Even at lower doses, researchers saw rapid appetite suppression, noticeable weight loss earlier than expected, and metabolic changes not typical to other GLP-1 drugs. This wasn't just people eating less. Energy expenditure was changing. And this is when researchers realized this wasn't just another Ozempic clone. Phase 2 is where the hype either dies or explodes. And this is where Retatrutide exploded. Participants lost 15% of their body weight at moderate doses and over 20% of their body weight at higher doses in a fraction of the time expected. Just for some context, that's weight loss surgery level fat loss, but without the surgery. And then the DEXA scans showed fat mass dropping rapidly, and again, lean mass preserved better than expected for the speed of fat loss. And this is where people start to say, this might be the strongest fat loss drug ever studied. Phase 3 though is where the reality sets in. Longer timelines, you have more participants, and real world adherence. And the results were still impressive. You saw sustained fat loss and improved metabolic markers, still better outcomes than existing GLP-1 drugs. But the dropout rates started to increase. But because GI distress became more common, fatigue showed up in some users, the aggressiveness of the drug was hard to tolerate long term. Phase 3 didn't prove Retatrutide as weak. It proved it was literally too strong for some people to handle. Quick pause before we keep going. If your goal is fat loss and you want a free training plan and meal plan that doesn't rely on drugs to work, I put my school community in the description. It's free to join. Grab the plan, then come right back. Because this next part is going to be the real decision maker. Let's be fair. The upsides are real. Massive appetite control, increased energy expenditure, rapid fat loss, and clear insulin sensitivity improvements. For certain populations, this could be life-changing. But fat loss speed is not the same thing as fat loss quality. Now, the reality check. Some cons include nausea, GI distress, fatigue in some users, potential muscle loss if nutrition is poor, and obviously a lot of unknown long-term outcomes. And here's the real issue. If fat loss outpaces behavior change, rebound risk skyrockets. Fast fat loss without structure is how people end up heavier later. Let me be very clear. If you want shortcuts, if you don't want to lift, if you don't hit your protein consistently, and if you don't want to make lifestyle changes, this will not save you. What peptides do is they amplify the systems in your body. They do not replace them. This peptide does not fail people. People fail because they expect it to do the work for them. Retatrutide is powerful, but power without structure is very dangerous. This is not magic. It is a tool, and it's a very aggressive one. If you use it correctly, it can accelerate your fat loss. If you use it carelessly, this might create dependency and rebound because you don't know what you're doing. And if you're serious about getting lean with or without assistance, start with your training consistency, start with your protein intake, control your calories, and the actual structure of your plan. And if you want help setting that up, link is in the bio to work with me one-on-one where we both go step by step to get to your transformation.